Yes, students. Now let me move on to the next module, module number 2. It's equilibrium and friction. So in module number 2, we are having two topics. One is equilibrium, another one is friction. So in this particular class, I'll deal with equilibrium. What is mean by equilibrium, and what is the condition of equilibrium? So what is the condition for concurrent force system equilibrium and non-concurrent force system equilibrium? As well as what is mean by free body diagram, and also we will discuss Lami's theorem. So these are the few theoretical aspects you are having in equilibrium part. So the first thing, what is mean by equilibrium? So equilibrium means when you consider an object or any system, it is subjected to various forces, then it will not undergo any kind of deformation. So then the body is said to be in equilibrium. If the object is subjected to force, or if any system is subjected to force, what happens? It undergo deformation, as we know that, but it has to resist that forces. So the equilibrium concept says, if any body is subjected to forces, various kinds of forces, then the body will not undergo any kind of deformation. Then the body is said to be in equilibrium. So the definition of equilibrium says, if the body or object subjected to various forces it will not undergoes deformation. Then the body is said to be in equilibrium. Body is said to be in equilibrium. So if an object or body subjected to various forces, but practically it will undergo small deformation, but we are assuming that the body will not deform. It shouldn't move in x axis or in y axis or in moment. Then the body is subjected to equilibrium. So we are having two types of systems. That is, one is concurrent, another one is non-concurrent. Concurrent means all forces meet at a single point. Then the system is said to be concurrent force system. Non-concurrent means the forces will never meet at a single point. So then we say it is non-concurrent force system. So generally it will not undergo deformation. What is mean by deformation? That is very, very important. What are the different kinds of possible deformations in a system? It plays a major role. So, and also in your syllabi, you are having only planar system. So we know that generally we are having space and planar system. In planar means it is a two-dimensional system. Space system means it is more than xy plane. You are getting three planes. It's a space structure. So, but strictly speaking, you are having only planar. So that's why in any two-dimensional planar system, in general, in planar systems, what are the possible kinds of deformations in planar system? So we are having generally x deformation, y deformation, as well as moment. So as per, it will not undergo any deformation. As per the definition, it will not undergo x deformation, it will not undergo y deformation or moment. Hence we are having the equations of equilibrium, that is sigma fx equals 0, sigma fy equals 0, and sigma m equals 0. So this is the equations of equilibrium in any planar force system. Planar system. Planar means it's a two-dimensional system. Generally, we are having x. It's not a single force. There's a various forces are acting in x direction. Various forces are acting in y direction. Various forces with distance will create a moment on an object. So, as per the definition, equilibrium means if a system or object or body is subjected to various kinds of forces, even though it will not create any kinds of these deformations, that is x direction, y directions or moment. That's why the equations of equilibrium for general planar system is sigma fx equals 0, sigma fy equals 0 and sigma m equals 0. Now, we are having once again two types of force system. What are those? That is, first one, condition for concurrent force system. Concurrent force system. What is the equilibrium condition for concurrent force system? See, concurrent force means in a planar means xy. In a planar system, all forces meet at a single point, then we termed as concurrent. What is the equilibrium condition? What is the equilibrium condition? What is the equilibrium condition for concurrent force system? So if all forces meeting at a point, what it indicates? It will not create the effect of moment. Why? All line of action meet at a point. So it's not having any distance oriented things. That's why moment is eliminated. So how many equations of equilibrium? Totally in planar system, the possible equations of equilibrium are only 3. So in concurrent, we are eliminating moment, which means we are having only 2 equations of equilibrium for conditions of concurrent force system. So we are having only sigma fx equals 0 and sigma fy equals 0. Sigma fx equals 0 and sigma fy equals 0. This is equilibrium condition for concurrent force system. Similarly, you are having one more equations of equilibrium for non-concurrent force system. So the second one is equilibrium condition for non-concurrent force system. So you are having non-concurrent now. What is mean by non-concurrent? So non-concurrent means in a planar plane, xy plane, it's a planar. The forces is non-concurrent. It's having its own line of action. It will not meet at a single point. Matlab it's including the moment. This force is possible to create a moment on the body because of existence of eccentricity on an object. Hence, moment is also possible. So, how many equations of equilibrium in this case? There are all 3 comes into picture. Sigma fx equals 0, sigma fy equals 0, as well as sigma m equals 0. Sigma fx equals 0, sigma fy equals 0 and sigma m moment equals 0. So all 3 equations of equilibrium is possible in case of non-concurrent forces. And also when we are asking in examination for 4 to 5 marks, what are the equations of equilibrium for concurrent force system and non-concurrent force system, then you have to write this sketch and explain briefly what is meant by concurrent force system. Concurrent force system means all forces meet at a single point. Hence the moment is eliminated. Only possible equations of equilibrium or possible deformations are x direction as well as y directions. So what is meant by equilibrium? We are restricting those things because there is no deformation. That's why only 2 equations of equilibrium are possible. that is sigma fx equals 0 and sigma fy equals 0, where sigma fx is sum of all horizontal forces and sigma fy is sum of all vertical forces. Next you come to second thing and write the sketch and explain in 2 or 3 sentences what is mean by non-concurrent force system. Non-concurrent force system means all forces do not meet at a single point. Every force is having its own line of action that will create a eccentricity, that is moment effect on body. Hence there are 3 equations of equilibrium are possible, because the body is possible to move in x direction as well as in y direction as well as due to rotation, that is moment. Hence the equations of equilibrium for non-concurrent force system is sigma fx equals 0, sigma fy equals 0 and sigma m equals 0, where sigma fx equals summation of all horizontal forces and sigma m equals summation of all possible whatever the moments, and sigma fy equals summation of all vertical forces. So this is regarding what is meant by equilibrium. So next topic we will move on to equilibrium. So equilibrium, what is meant by equilibrium? What is the significance of equilibrium while we are dealing with problem? So we will move on to the next topic, that is equilibrium. Equilibrium. So sometimes what happens, the body is not in equilibrium because of a few special cases. Then on that situation we have to introduce an extra force, that's an additional force we have to introduce in the force system to bring that body in equilibrium. So in few cases the body will not be in equilibrium. So if the body is not in equilibrium, what we have to do? We have to introduce an extra force to bring that body in equilibrium. That extra force is called equilibrium. The extra force, whatever we are adding to bring, we are introducing on the system to bring that body in equilibrium, that extra force is called equilibrium force. Generally the equilibrium force is having same magnitude of resultant in opposite sense. Opposite sense means in opposite direction. Clear? So equilibrium means extra force or additional force introduced to bring the body to an equilibrium state. So it is an additional force. So equilibrium is an additional or extra force is introduced to bring the body in equilibrium state. So generally equilibrium having same magnitude as resultant but in opposite sense. Or direction. In opposite direction. So I will sketch the equilibrium. So generally I will take first coordinate x and y. We know that here resultant will act. So the angle is theta resultant. So equilibrium as per definition, it is an additional force required to bring the body in equilibrium, and it is having same magnitude of R. This is E in opposite sense. So this is theta E. Here R equals E. So resultant force equals equilibrium force. Resultant force, whatever it say, 10 Newton. E is also 10 Newton. So this is theta resultant. This is resultant inclination. This is equilibrium inclination. So this is regarding equilibrium. Generally they will ask for 2 marks. Define equilibrium and equilibrium force. So with sketch we have to explain what is meant by equilibrium force. It's an additional or extra force is introduced to bring the body in equilibrium, but it's having same magnitude of resultant but in opposite direction. So this is regarding equilibrium. Next, Lami's theorem. Lami's theorem. It's very important concept. They will ask for 5 marks. State and prove Lami's theorem. So this statement is required. Using that statement, they are directly writing the equation. So Lami's theorem. This is also very important. Also important. Lami's theorem. Lami's theorem. So what is the statement? First I will read the statement. Lami's theorem states that, see, generally it is applied for 3 concurrent force system. So it is also called equilibrium of 3 concurrent forces. Lami's theorem is also called equilibrium of 3 concurrent forces. It is generally applied for 3 concurrent forces. So 3 mutually perpendicular concurrent forces acting in the force system then one of the force is directly proportional to sine of angle between other 2 forces. Sine of angle between other two forces. See, I will represent pictorially. It's a very simple one. 3 mutually perpendicular forces. Say this is F3, F2, F1, or F1, F2, F3. 3 mutually perpendicular forces and their angles. I will take this as alpha and this as beta and this as gamma. So these are angles. So as per Lami's theorem, one of the force, say F1, is directly proportional to sine of angle between other 2 forces. F1 is directly proportional to sine of angle between other 2 forces is beta. F1 is directly proportional to sine beta. F2 is directly proportional to sine alpha. F3 is directly proportional to sine gamma. So we can write these 3 mutually perpendicular forces using this magnitudic direction. We can write as a triangular form. Using the triangle, we can apply sine rule or polygon law to get whatever the required equation. So this is in downward direction, magnitude sense. So I will write in downward direction. So this is F3. So now this is F2 in this direction. So say this is F2. Now this F1 in this direction. So it's a closed loop. Now triangle. So this is F1. See, I just written in the form like this is acting in downward direction. So first move here. Next it is moving in this direction sense. From this point go to F2. Next it is moving in mutually perpendicular lines. Construct a triangle. From here F1. F1 that is F3, F2, F1. Close loop. What is the inscribed angles? You take this angle. Consider this angle. And consider this angle. See this angle F1, F3. So F1, F3 is alpha. You take here alpha dash. Next, this is alpha dash. Next, F2, F3, beta. So F2, F3 is beta dash. This is beta dash. And next, F3, F2. F3, F2 is over. F3, F2 is beta. F3, F2 is beta or F2, F3 is beta. Now this is F2, F1. This is gamma dash. This is gamma dash. This is F2, F3 or F3, F2. This is beta dash. It's very simple. See, F1, F3 or F3, F1 is alpha dash. This is F3, F1 or F1, F3. Next, F3, F2 is beta. F3, F2 is beta dash. Next, F2, F1 is gamma. That is gamma dash. Now, what is the thing? What is alpha dash? What is beta dash? And what is gamma dash? If you consider this F3, that is F3, F1, F3, F1, this is alpha. If you consider this straight line, so 180 degree. So we know that is, if you take, this is like alpha dash equals, you can take that is 180 minus alpha. If you remove in 180 alpha, you are getting alpha dash. This is the line. Clear? Because it's a 180 degree line. Similarly, if you do beta dash, you are getting 180 minus beta. If you do gamma dash, you are getting 180 minus gamma. So using this, for this triangle, use triangular rule. That is F1, opposite angle, sine of. F2, sine of opposite. F3, sine of opposite. In the same directions, you just move. So that's why finally we are getting F1 divided by F1 divided by sine beta dash, which is equals F2 divided by sine alpha dash equals F3 divided by sine gamma dash. So what is this? F1 divided by, just substitute F1 equal sine of 180 minus beta. F2 equals sine of 180 minus alpha. F3 equals sine of 180 minus gamma. So sine 180 minus theta, sine theta. So we are getting F1 equals sine beta, which is equal F2 equals sine alpha, which is equals F3 equals sine gamma. So this is Lami's theorem proof. It's very simple thing. Explain Lami's theorem. Three mutually perpendicular concurrent force system acting at a single point, then one of the force is directly proportional to sine of angle between other two forces. See, F1 divided by sine beta, F2 divided by sine alpha, F3 divided by sine gamma. This is regarding Lami's theorem. Very, very important theorem for 5 marks. So I hope you are getting Lami's theorem. The last topic in equilibrium is free body diagram. Define free body diagram with neat sketch. That's very, very important thing. So the possible theory questions in this particular module number 2 is define equilibrium and in its condition, define equilibrium with neat sketch, and also state and prove Lami's theorem and explain free body diagram. So now I will explain what is meant by free body diagram. It's a very simple thing. Free body diagram means it's a graphical representation of all forces acting on the system. Free body diagram means it's a graphical representation of all forces acting on the system. Free body diagram. Free body diagram means it is the representation of, it's a graphical representation of various forces acting on the body or acting on the system or acting on the body or object. Body is called free body diagram. Say for an example, What are the various forces, possible various forces acting on the body? Say this is string, and this is contact surface wall, and this is cylindrical having weight, cylindrical having self weight. Then what is the free body diagram? See, please keep a note. When string or cable in the system, it's always tensile force. String or cable. Tensile means with respect to object acting away. So tension. Compression means acting towards an object. See, when we are writing the free body diagram, what are the possible forces? One is self weight. Self weight is W. Self weight is always acting towards gravity. Self weight is always acting in downward direction. So self weight, let's say weight, say 200 Newton, it's acting in downward direction. That's all. Next string, there is a string. String means there is a tensile force. String or cable in a system, we have to represent tension. So it's a tensile force acting away. Tension means with respect to center of the object, it's acting away. So this is tension. T, tension in string or cable. Next you are having a contact surface. Generally at contact surface, reactions are developed. It's a Newton's third law. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So there is an action of weight on the wall. There is an opposite reaction. It's a mutually perpendicular direction. So exactly the ball, whatever the weight of cylinder, putting weight here in this direction. So the reaction will develop in opposite direction. This is R. Reaction is a pushing force from the wall because of contact surface. So the reaction, the possible reaction towards this object, towards the center of object, this is reaction. R. Reaction. So in free body diagram we can say that weight or self weight, weight or self weight of the body, self weight of the object, always acts towards gravity, always acts towards gravity or in downward direction, Next, second thing, if string or cable in a system, if string slash cables will produce tension. Tension means acting away from the origin, force acting away from the origin, force acting away from the origin. The lastly reactions are developed at contact surfaces. This one. Lastly, reactions are developed in perpendicular direction. Towards contact surfaces. That is reactions acting towards origin. So these are the three important points when you are writing free body diagram. It is a pictorial, graphical representation of various forces acting on the body. What are various forces? Maybe string, or it may be contact surface, or it may be self weight. Self weight are acting always towards gravity. It's a string or cable, there is a tension, and contact surfaces will develop reaction. I will take one more inclined contact surface example. say this is theta angle. So this is string, and weight is having some, it's like inclined contact surface. Why? Now, what is the free body diagram for this system? It's very simple. The first thing is weight, always acting towards gravity. See, first point. Weights are always acting towards gravity, that is downward direction. Sure. Second thing, if it's not mandatory to give string or cable, if the string or cable is present in a system, will produce tension. It's a string, so it will produce tension. Next, third point, reactions are developed perpendicular to the contact surface. It's an inclined one. So perpendicular, draw perpendicular. Draw perpendicular. So this is 90 degree. What is this? 90 minus theta. So reactions are always acting towards. So this is reaction perpendicular. This is R and this is 90 minus theta. That's all. Whatever the perpendicular 90 minus theta. So this is the free body diagram for inclined contact surface. So dear students, it covers full theory part of equilibrium. Majorly we discussed what is meant by equilibrium, what is meant by conditions of equilibrium, what is the condition for concurrent forces and non-concurrent forces, and also we discussed what is meant by equilibrium force, and finally Lami's theorem as well as free body diagram. Thank you.